Hi, welcome back to the next chapter of Amber Brown is Tickled Pink. Last time we met Amber, she was with her mom and Max, and they had decided on having a medium wedding at the campground, and now they're trying to figure out who's going to play the music at the reception. Let's see what happens in chapter 9, shall we? As we get in the car, Aunt Pam sings, "She's his rose and Herman's her man." Max joins in. I don't even know the song Aunt Pam is singing, but it has a pun in it, and I really like puns. It makes me happy. It's giving me a good feeling about Herman and Rose. I just hope I'm right. As Max and Aunt Pam start a second verse, Mom leans back and moans, "What did I do to deserve this?" "You fell in love with this adorable man," Aunt Pam says. I, Amber Brown, am feeling very good. Here I am in the car with 3 of the 4 people I love most, laughing and singing and making jokes. On our way to cross off one more item on Mom's things I have to do for the darn wedding list. After about 20 minutes, we come to a town with a sign that says, "George Washington headquartered here." 10 minutes later, we come to the same sign. "Didn't we see that sign 2 towns ago?" Aunt Pam asks. "George Washington headquartered all over New Jersey in 1776, I tell her. He was being chased by the British, but then he pulled off a brilliant sneak attack. Mrs. Holt taught us that. I like knowing this. I am proud of my state. I think all kids should be proud of their state." Here we are. Max pulls into the driveway of a big, very old-fashioned house. "Is this what homes look like in the Renaissance?" I asked. "No, Amber, this is a Victorian," Mom explains. "They came later." "I love these old Victorians," Aunt Pam says. "We don't have many in Southern California." As we get out of the car, the front door of the house opens. Out steps 2 very odd-looking people. Well, their clothes are kind of odd. The people just look extremely happy. They must be Herman and Rose. Here are Herman and Rose in their very odd-looking clothes. "Maxilla!" Herman runs down the front steps and throws his arms around Max. Rose is right behind him, and what of you lovely ladies is Sarah? Aunt Pam points to Mom and moves a step back. She barely makes it before Rose sweeps Mom into a big hug. Rose is little and round. If you put her in a red suit, she'd make a perfect Mrs. Claus. Herman couldn't be Santa, though, because he is tall and skinny. He does have a beard, but is short and dark brown. Rose turns to me, "And you must be Amber. Amber Brown. Such a colorful name. Twice as many colors as mine." Max tells me you're colorful enough to deserve it. I like her already. We go inside. Musical instruments are hung on every wall. They also cover most of the tables, the couch, and all of the chairs. I don't even know the names of most of them. The one I do know is the harp. It's standing in the corner all on its own. It's taller than I am. And just seeing it makes me wish I could play it. "Sit right down. I'll bring you some hot chocolate," she says. She looks around the room and sees that there is an instrument in every place that we could sit. She snatches something that looks like a guitar from one of the chairs. Herman picks up 2 other instruments and moves them to the table. While they are doing this, I have time to look at them more carefully. Rose's face is round and merry. She has a braid coiled on each side of her head. Her dress is dark green velvet and down to the floor. The sleeves have white lace from the elbows to the wrists. Herman is wearing a black velvet cape. Black velvet cap, sorry. He has soft leather boots that reach almost to his knees. His leather vest has silver buttons. Under it is a white shirt with puffy sleeves. "Before we play, let us get you that hot chocolate," Rose says. She and Herman head for the kitchen. Aunt Pam is smiling. "They're delightful." "Do they dress like that all the time?" I whisper to Max. "I've never seen them in modern clothes, but this is dressier than usual. I think they did it for us, Sarah." He takes Mom's hand. She smiles, but looks a little uncertain. "Here we go," Rose sings. She is carrying a silver tray with 6 mugs of hot chocolate on it. Herman is right behind her with another tray. This one is filled with cookies. I am liking these 2 more and more. Herman looks at Mom. "I don't know if you've heard any of our music, Sarah, so we thought we'd play you some of the songs we've done at other weddings." Rose sits down at the harp. Herman picks up a flute and stands near her. They nod to each other and start to play. At first the music sounds odd to me, but after a few minutes it starts to feel almost magical, as if it's casting a spell. I look at Mom. She has a soft smile on her face. I can tell the music is getting to her, too. Rose stands up. "We thought that song would be right for the ceremony." Mom nods. "It's perfect." "Who's performing the service?" Rose asks. "We can work out the details with them." "We haven't chosen anyone yet," Max tells her. Rose can do it, Herman says. She's been performing marriages for years. We've been thinking of writing our own vows, Mom tells them. She sounds a little shy about it. I realize this must be important. Mom's been keeping it private. It's not even on her to-do list. It reminds me that I need to get to work on my toast, the top item on my own to-do list. Rose beams at Mom. That's the kind of weddings I like best. Good, Herman says. That settles that. Now let's talk about the music for the party afterward. Better yet, let's play some. He hands Rose a tambourine. Then he picks up a weird instrument that looks like a chunky violin with a crank on the bottom. This is a hurdy-gurdy. They've been around for almost 1,000 years. I built this one myself. It's one of my favorite instruments. You want to dance when you hear this, I promise. He sits up and plops it into his lap, then starts cranking and plucking. Rose bangs her tambourine. The song is so fast and lively, it makes my feet want to move fast. Max starts to clap along. Soon we're all clapping. Dance, Herman cries. Rose hands me the tambourine. While I start to bang and shake it, she grabs Max by the hand. She pulls him up, and they dance. A minute later, Mom and Aunt Pam are dancing. Me too. Now everyone except Herman is whirling around the room. He's busy cranking the hurdy-gurdy. The song ends. Everyone is laughing and out of breath. There they all are dancing in the living room. Maybe I can get Herman to help us with the music for Pickle Me Silly. Mom has a big grin on her face. Herman and Rose, thank you for this. It will be a joy to have you play at our wedding. Rose gives her a hug. Sarahilla, you're going to make the most beautiful bride. Then she hugs me. The soft velvet of her dress feels good. She stands back. Amberilla, she says, pinching me on the cheek. Normally, I try to avoid cheek pinchers. Somehow from Rose, I don't mind. I look at Max. He winks at me. As we head for the car, Herman hands Mom a CD. Listen to this and pick some of your favorite songs. We'll make sure to play them at the wedding. We get in the car. Maxilla, Sarahilla, Amberilla? I ask Max. It just means she loves us, he says. He sounds so happy. As we drive home, we listen to the CD. We laugh and sing along. When we get home, Max opens the car door for me. Amberilla, he says, making a little bow. Let's not make that name a habit, I tell him, but I'm laughing. We go into the house. The phone is ringing. I'll get it. Mom picks up the phone. The smile leaves her face. She hands the phone to me. It's your dad. She nods to Max. The two of them and Aunt Pam go to the kitchen. Hi, Daddy. How's my little girl? I've been trying to call. What have you been up to? Oh, nothing much. So just some errands, I say. I feel like it would be mean to say what we were really doing. I wonder if he can tell that I'm kind of fibbing, but he's too excited to notice. Listen, honey, I'm planning a big surprise for 3 weekends from now. That's supposed to be our weekend away, but I want to make sure your mom isn't going to ask me to change our plans. I can tell he's trying to be nice about it. He almost succeeds. What are we going to do? Now that, my little Pucanilli, is going to be a surprise. Dad, I say. Amber, he says. We talk for a while longer. When it's time to say goodbye, we have a kissing contest. To do this, we both make kissy sounds into the phone as fast as we can, for as long as we can. The one who gets in the most kisses before we said goodbye wins. I give up, he says after about a minute. My lips hurt. I don't tell him that my lips hurt too. I was not going to stop until I won. I hang up and turn around. Mom and Max are standing in the doorway, watching me. Suddenly, I feel weird. I love my dad. I love Mom and Max. I just don't love having to think about all of them at the same time. I, Amber Brown, realize that for the first time in my life, something huge is happening, and Dad isn't even a tiny part of it. He can't be, and that makes me sad. Sometimes happy and sad come so close together in my life that I can't keep track of how I'm feeling. Well, they did decide that Herman and Rose would make a great musical duo for their wedding. Let's see what happens next time. Have a good day.